Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. Ditching the maps, the planes, and the geography, and instead, we're diving headfirst into the world of science fiction. Remember those cool gadgets we saw in movies growing up, the futuristic tech that seemed impossible back then? Well, get this. Some of them are real now, and that's what we're looking at today. From video calls to self-driving cars, the line between science fiction and reality is getting blurrier by the day. So buckle up, because we're about to take a trip through time to see how some of these futuristic gizmos went from the silver screen to your pocket. And trust me, some of these are going to blow your mind. Remember that iconic scene in Back to the Future 2 where Marty McFly answers a video call in 2015? Yeah, 1989's idea of 2015 was a little off, but the tech was spot on. Back then, the idea of seeing and talking to someone through a screen seemed like pure science fiction. But just a few decades later, it became a reality. First, we had clunky webcams and dial-up connections. Then Skype came along in the early 2000s and changed everything. Now, we can video call anyone in the world with just a few taps on our smartphones. FaceTime, Zoom, WhatsApp, the list goes on. We take it for granted now, but it really is like something straight out of a movie. Next up, we're talking about a device so futuristic it was practically glued to Captain Kirk's wrist, the smartwatch. Okay, maybe the communicators in Star Trek didn't have touch screens or fitness trackers, but they were definitely onto something. Fast forward to today, and we're living in a world with Apple Watches, Fitbits, and more. These aren't just fancy watches, they're like mini computers strapped to your wrist. You can track your steps, monitor your heart rate, pay for groceries, and even answer calls. All without ever taking your phone out of your pocket. It's incredible how quickly this technology has evolved, and it makes you wonder, what other futuristic gadgets are lurking just around the corner? Okay, I'll admit we haven't quite nailed the whole hoverboard thing yet. We can't defy gravity like Marty McFly in Back to the Future 2, though wouldn't that be cool? But we've gotten pretty darn close. Companies like Hendo and Lexus have developed working prototypes of hoverboards that use magnets and superconductors to levitate a few inches off the ground. They're not quite ready to hit the streets or the skies just yet, but they prove that the dream of gliding effortlessly through the air isn't that far-fetched after all. Who knows, maybe in a few years we'll all be commuting to work on hoverboards. Now, wouldn't that be a sight? Remember that mind-bending scene in The Matrix when Neo learns Kung Fu in seconds by downloading a program directly into his brain? We might not be there yet, but virtual reality is getting increasingly sophisticated. Headsets like the Oculus Rift and HTC Vive immerse you in a completely digital world, where you can fight dragons, explore ancient ruins, or even swim with sharks, all from the comfort of your living room. And it's not just for gaming. VR is being used in education, healthcare, and even military training. It's safe to say that virtual reality is no longer a thing of the future. It's here, and it's changing the way we experience the world around us. Last but not least, let's talk about self-driving cars. Remember the Johnny Cab from Total Recall? That seemed like a ridiculous concept back in 1990. But fast forward to today, and companies like Tesla, Waymo, and Uber are making autonomous vehicles a reality. These cars use a complex system of sensors, cameras, and artificial intelligence to navigate roads, obey traffic laws, and hopefully get us from point A to point B without any human intervention. Sure, there are still some kinks to work out, and we're not quite ready for a world full of robo-taxis just yet, but the technology is advancing at an incredible pace, and it's only a matter of time before self-driving cars become as commonplace as smartphones. Isn't it amazing how far technology has come? Things that once seemed like the stuff of science fiction are now an everyday reality. And the best part? This is just the beginning. What other sci-fi gadgets do you think will become real in the future? Jetpacks? Teleportation devices? Let us know in the comments below. And, as always, if you enjoyed this journey into the world of futuristic tech, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating content. Until next time, stay curious.